And to be honest with you, when I was starting Mr. Taster, I didn't know whether it's cheese or yogurt. The biggest challenge is haters. I do something crazy just to make sure that I'm getting more comments. I don't care what they are talking about. I put lots of energy just to make sure all the people around the world, once they watch this video, they will travel only for that food. I think the good videos are coming from dangerous places or dirty places, to be honest with you. I seriously sometimes I cry because it's too nasty, but after 2 hours, I'm fine again because I'm saying you came here as a Mr. Taster.
Yes.
You accepted to be Mr. Taster, so you should accept all the attacks and you just ignore them. Yeah, that's it. So I was going to police many times. I was traveling a lot. I traveled to US. I traveled to New York. I traveled to London. I traveled to Iceland to have veil. So I was traveling to many countries from my pocket, and I was writing it in the newspaper, and in the same time I was growing my Facebook, and then when Instagram came, I started. If you give me one drink now, I'll be the happiest person in the world. If you give me one food, again, I'll be the happiest person in the world.
Hi guys, welcome to Unique Podcast. I'm Katie, and today we have Edo.
Hello.
And also we have Mr. Taster,
Hey.
the food critic in Dubai. Thank you, Mr. Taster,
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having me. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. Let's start with the first question because I think a lot of people want to know who is Mr. Taster. Can you describe Mr. Taster in your own words?
Oh, difficult question. I would say the person that loves food and loves people. Even I love people more than food. But yeah, I use both of them to create my videos.
Okay.
And how did your journey as a food blogger started? Did someone inspire you, or you just venture into it?
You know, I was living in UK on that time in Bournemouth, and I remember I was watching some shows like they were tasting the food, and it was competition between chefs. I can't remember if I saw Gordon Ramsay in that shows, but I think the most, I think the person that made me to create Mr. Taster was Gordon Ramsay. And also I had a baby octopus in one of the restaurants in London. And I put it in my Facebook and I had 400 likes.
Wow.
And I found people loves food. So when I went back to Iran, I decided to create a Mr. Taster brand, and yeah, I knew something gonna happen, but I didn't know Mr. Taster one day will be a big food blogger in the world. Yeah.
Amazing story. Amazing
So
story.
you started food blogging in 2005.
Yeah.
See?
Long
So
time, yeah.
We did our homework on you. And that is one of the amazing things that I've seen in Dubai. You made food tasting very, very popular, you know, and watching your journey has been so inspiring for us. And we wanted to know what motivated you. You just like to eat food?
No, to be honest, I don't like eat food, but I love food in the same time. But sometimes when you go to 14 restaurants a day for filming, that's too much.
Wow.
But I try to give the energy to the people, to the audiences that watching my videos. And normally when I travel, I'm getting the energy from the people and I give it to my videos. So I think I'm not a big food lover, but in the same time, I love food as well. So I'm trying, when I travel, especially showing the culture of that country or that city or that village, to the people, and also putting I think I'm from that city or that village, so I put lots of energy just to make sure all the people around the world, once they watch this video, they will travel only for that food.
Yes.
Wow.
And I remember I invited Mark Wiens and Food Ranger, even many food bloggers from around the world to Iran, and I showed them lots of foods from Iran, and many people were crying when they were watching that video because it was like beautiful culture. You could see lots of amazing foods that people putting their heart to create that art, because it wasn't only food, it was art, to be honest with you. And I think I did a good job. We had 2 billion views by
Wow.
Trevor and Mark Wiens, especially. I mean, both of them. There are legends in food area. And we had David Hoffman. We had many food bloggers I invited to Iran. And now I'm doing it exactly the same. I have one person from Bangladesh, Iftikhar. He just sent me a message that he want to do a food tour in Dubai. I had a food god from US, very famous guy. We had a collaboration together. So many people, even Bohemian Kitchen from Korea, he's living in Morocco now. I had him in Dubai, and we did collaboration as well. So I'm trying to do exactly what I was doing in Iran, in Dubai, because it's my home now, and I'm trying to do as much as I can for the city.
I'm really impressed with
Thank you.
this.
Yeah, me too.
You know, every industry, every work has its own challenge, and we would like to know, what was your biggest challenge in the early stage? Did people really believed in food blogging? You know, because you must have come across a lot of challenge in the early
Yeah,
stage.
the biggest challenge is haters. Yeah, you know, because you're enjoying all the time in front of the camera, so not many people liking it. Many people enjoying it. In the same time, you get haters because they're saying, "Why are you having this food?" Or you're getting haters from vegetarian people because they're saying, "Why are you having the whole camel?" Or, but we do our job because it's culture. You can't say why. Like when I had a whole camel in Saudi, many people told me, "Why are you having?" But we showed it. Well, we didn't kill any animal. We just had the whole camel when it was killed, and many people having it every day. So we couldn't hide anything. So I know that many people don't like it, or many people might not like to see that you having the whole camel. But you know, it's our job to show the culture of each country or each city to the world. So we're just doing our job. We don't listen, but in the same time, we got lots of people supporting us, loving us, and in the same time, we're getting lots of haters as well. So it's my biggest challenge normally. Yeah, but I love it. I don't mind. Sometimes I do something crazy just to make sure that I'm getting more comments. I don't care what they are talking about. We just want more views because we want to show that food to the world. So that's it.
Just ignore them and
Yeah,
finish,
just ignore them. Sometimes it's getting really
Annoying.
yeah. I seriously sometimes I cry because it's too nasty. But after 2 hours, I'm fine again because I'm saying you came here as a Mr. Taster.
Yes.
You accepted to be Mr. Taster, so you should accept all the attacks and you just ignore them. Yeah, that's it.
From which person or how you get this mindset? Because a lot of persons, they feel depressed, they're not so comfortable, they stop it because they read the comments, they say, oh, it's not my field.
Yeah,
How you-
I think my dad, he's a professor. He was a wrestler as well, so he was a fighter even in his career. So I think I learned from my dad that you should fight all the time. You shouldn't stop even 1 second. So that's I think my dad was the person who helped me a lot.
When did you realize that Mr. Taster becoming something big, that it's the right way, I must go?
And why did the name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, of course.
when I was in London, I had the baby octopus. I remember Leanne Evans was my teacher in UK in conference. He teach me how to use Facebook. I had Greg Jarbo. He showed me YouTube, how to use YouTube to create content, like 14 years ago in a Searching Strategies conference when nobody was on YouTube or whatever. But I remember when because I asked Leanne Evans, why I put marketing articles and I'm not getting likes. And she told me, just find what people likes. And I had the baby octopus and 400 likes. I was getting like 10 only. And I said, yeah, people loves food. And to be honest with you, when I was starting Mr. Taster, I didn't know whether it's cheese or yogurt. I didn't know anything about food. Seriously.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Just do it.
Yeah, I just didn't have any information about food. So because I was a futsal player, five-a-side, and I was like, if you see my photos, you can see how skinny I was. So I said, yeah, people love food. So I phoned my one of my staff because I had two companies in Iran, almost 100 people working in my offices. So I phoned one of them and I said, Ara, just find a name for a character that going to different restaurants and tasting foods.
Wow.
And yeah, I had a conference because I'm organizing conferences as well, big conferences, 3,000 people. Last time I had it in Dubai, 500 people. Mark Wiens was my speaker.
Crazy.
Mr. Thank You. We had Visit Dubai supporting us. And we had lots of big, we had Food Ranger, we had Optin. So it was a big conference. And so I was running a conference. My first conference, I spoke about Mr. Taster, and I said about the idea, and we had 400 likes. And I remember there was a guy in my conference called Mr. Jamshidi, rest in peace. He died 6 months ago.
Oh.
But when I spoke about Mr. Taster, and I said one day he's gonna be a big food blogger, he phoned me and he said, "Come to my newspaper office, Asia News." And when I went to the meeting, he said, you should be one day Dushman or Louis de Funès, which is it was a very famous film about as one person as a critic.
Yeah.
So he said, one day you should be Dushman, that go to a restaurant, or even you're having the food in a plate. That plate, the price for that plate should go up.
Wow.
And I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. And he gave me one page in the newspaper. It was a really famous newspaper at that time. So I had one page completely in Asia News, and I started writing about restaurants. And I was a food critic, and I was like, even bad stuff, I was writing it, and he was crazy. He was putting it on like page one. Mr. Taster went to that restaurant and he didn't like it. So I was going to police many times.
Really?
Yeah. But I had so much problem.
Oh,
But at
no.
the same time, because I was a journalist, they couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
We were going to the court and I was showing my card that I'm a journalist, and it was fine. Again, I was going to another restaurant. So yeah. And I did it. I was writing that newspaper for 7-8 years.
Wow.
I had one page completely just for Mr. Taster. I was putting one caricature for Mr. Taster. I was writing like a person, just telling his stories about restaurants. And I was traveling a lot. I traveled to US. I traveled to New York. I traveled to London. I traveled to Iceland to have Veil. So I was traveling to many countries from my pocket, and I was writing it in the newspaper. And in the same time, I was growing my Facebook. And then when Instagram came, I started my Instagram. So yeah, it was a long journey. And I think the highlight about my career was when I invited Mark Wiens and Food Ranger. And the reason was, Sunny was in Iran, one of the biggest food bloggers in the world. I love him so much. I met him in Iran, and I saw he's in a very bad restaurant in Iran. And I asked his guide, and I said, why Sunny is here? He shouldn't be here. Because and when I saw that guy that's showing this guy the worst restaurant in Tehran, because he was paid, then I decided to invite Mark Wiens and Food Ranger, because I was thinking about my country, and I wanted to show the world that Iran has got a very rich culture about food and about the kindness of people. So I decided to invite them, and I invited both of them in the same time. And I remember we had a really good time. 2 weeks for Mark, we had different itinerary. We went to with Mark, we had caviar fish, sturgeon fish. We had caviar, and we traveled to Tabriz, Shiraz, Kashan, Tehran, and with Trevor we went to different itineraries. We went to north of Iran, and then we went to Mashhad, which they have the best lamb shank and halim and many foods, lamb shank and shish kebab.
Shish kebab,
And and we went for both of them. We went to Chabahar for Baluchistan, which it was very. I think it wasn't very famous on that time between people, even in my country. But when we traveled, many people started to travel to that area because they always hearing it's dangerous or Baluchistan is dangerous. And I even traveled to Baluchistan in Pakistan, and I had such a great time there. I had my best food experience in Baluchistan in Pakistan, and it was good.
And you have when you travel, you have some dangerous moments or situations.
Oh yeah, of course. Sometimes I remember that I was cooking and we had like 20 people with the guns on the mountains just to protecting us.
Crazy.
So I think the good videos are coming from dangerous places or dirty places, to be honest with you. But I love it. I mean, when I even go to that areas, I try to enjoy it because our life is with God. We never know if we are alive for 5 minutes later or 2 years later. So I try to be. But I remember I was scared when I went to Afghanistan. Before I go, I was you could see my face that like I'm white, but no, I enjoyed it again. I had a really good time in Afghanistan as well. I had such a great foods in that country.
They have good food. Last week or for 2 weeks, we're going to the Afghanistan restaurant.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
But the original food is in Afghanistan, not in Dubai.
Yeah.
But there are some good restaurants here, like Kishmish. We had Kebab Nab. We had Lamar. So some good Afghani restaurant in Dubai as well. But I think original food is always coming in that country.
100%.
The culture is actually nice. I like how they sit on the floor and
Yeah.
they share.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. And there's something I like about Iran because I've been in the hospitality industry is the caviar.
Yeah, oh my God.
Iran has one of the best caviar that I've ever tried,
Yeah.
especially the beluga.
Yeah.
It's creamy, and that is what has drawn me to Iranian. And I'm like, I want to visit there, but I'm scared,
Yeah.
And social media has changed a lot since you started your career as a food critic. How did you adapt over the years to stay relevant? Because
If you give me one drink now, I'll be the happiest person in the world. If you give me one food, again, I'll be the happiest person in the world. So I'll get happy with very small things.
Oh.
I don't want like Lamborghini when I had it like the German donor, as I said like 5 minutes ago. So I get really happy with the small things. And with the small things, I get the energy. So I put that energy in my job. I never get tired of my job. Sometimes I'm saying, why I'm doing this, why I'm Mr. Taster, because it's not an easy job, because filming food and showing the food and culture and doing it for 15 years non-stop, it's not easy at all. I mean,
no.
yeah. But I'm enjoying it because I think I was born to do this. I was born to show the cultures. I was born to show the foods. I was in south of Iran, and I showed amazing foods because I knew many people in Emirates. They are from south of Iran. They call their name is Khodamuni. Khodamuni is the people that they coming from south of Iran to Dubai. They immigrants, and now they are a big community. So the reason I traveled to that area as well, it was to show their culture, because many people, they didn't travel, they just moved to Dubai, they
Yeah.
were born here, and they never had the time, or they never had chance to see that area. So before I moved to Dubai, I went to that area with David Hoffman. He was famous American food blogger, and I took him around, like Bastak. I took him to Evaz, Girash, and Jannah, and our videos went viral, 60 million, 70 million. It was crazy numbers, and I was so proud because I was showing the foods that nobody shown it before. So I get the energy from the things I'm doing. Sometimes when I feel tired, I just look at the things I've done before, so I get really emotional and say, "Oh, good job."
Crazy.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. What was your baddest experience in a restaurant? Because I mean, you try a lot of restaurants. There was a bad experience?
Oh, yeah, of course. I remember I had a food in. I had crocodile in Vietnam. Yeah.
Oh God, a
And
crocodile.
yeah, it's very smelly. I throw up even in the and two people took me like this because I couldn't walk. And I was in front of the camera because we respect the food and cultures.
Yes.
So we can't say it's bad because
Yeah.
it's their culture. You can't.
It's food.
Yeah, if I mean in my country, people having sheep's head, it might be really disgusting for many people, but for us, we love it, and it's our like nostalgia. It's bringing lots of memories, and we love it. When we're having it, it's like you can't have anything better than that food. So it's sometimes it's the same for other countries. So when I had the crocodile and I said, "Oh my God, this," I was like, and then half an hour later, I was like, "Oh my God, wow!"
Really?
Yeah. So I think it was one of, because I remember I took, like, it was the whole crocodile, and I took the leg, and I was like, yeah,
Just
it
for the
was.
video, yeah?
And then for the video, and then
Yeah.
half an hour later, you should see my face. Oh,
Oh,
my
no.
God, that was crazy. Yeah,
Wow. And it was tasty?
it was. It was. For me,
First
it wasn't.
experience.
To be honest, it was disgusting.
Yes.
But we tried to show that we loved it, because it's respect.
Of course, you
Because
must.
I remember I was food critic on that time. I went to police many times because of the rules. But I changed it after 6 7 years, because one time I heard that somebody is going to put drugs in my car because I did, like, yeah. So after that day, I stopped it because I was thinking about my family, and
Yes.
I was thinking about myself as well, because I was crazy when I was writing it. They were phoning me. They were saying, "Oh, we will kill you," and I didn't care because I was a brave Iranian person, but when I married to Pega, I thought it's not Mr. Taster only anymore. So I should think about my family as well. So I stopped criticizing the restaurants. Yeah.
Amazing story.
But I remember somebody phoned me and he said, "Come to my office," and I went to his office and I said, "Why are you doing it?" And I said, "Look, it's my job. I should."
Yes.
And he said, "Do you know that somebody wanted to put drugs in your car?" And yeah, it was serious. So I said, "Okay, let's
is
let's
so
stop
mean.
it." Yeah.
What was the craziest or most unusual dish you ever tried?
Apart from
think,
the crocodile.
But yeah.
It was crocodile, but in the same time, I think whale was really
Whale.
interesting. Yeah, and I really like to go to Iceland and film it when they are hunting it. And I know many people don't like it, but in the same time, for me, it's, I think, gonna be crazy to shoot when they are hunting a whale.
I mean,
How was-
I've tried veal.
Really?
Yeah,
And?
it's amazing.
Yeah, and
I've tried snake.
really,
Yes.
So you should
But-
be Mrs. Taster.
But the crocodile, I love to try because back in Nigeria, there are some parts of places in Nigeria that they eat
They're
crocodile.
having-
They eat dogs and cats as well.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, oh, I know. I
Ever
know.
tried the cats and dogs?
I tell you, I had dog in China, and they didn't tell me.
Oh no!
Yeah,
He
and
just like eat.
It was a big table, and they said, which one was the most delicious food? And I said, this one. And they said, it's dog. And I said, oh my God.
Oh no!
Because I know my if I have dog, first person that unfollow me will be my wife's sister, Parnas, and my wife also because they love dogs and I love dog too. So
Me too.
I think one of the foods that I never try is dog. I'm not sure about cats, but yeah, I mean, I had turtle in China. I had donkey penis. I had many foods that's really inappropriate, but yeah, we had it. I remember when I wanted to try turtle, I was dreaming about it 2 days because I was like, oh, how I gonna eat it? Because I saw the face of turtle, but when I was in front of the camera, I said, look, you are Mr. Taster. You shouldn't be like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I want to eat this. I want to eat this. So I took the turtle and I had a big bite and I put it in my Facebook, 10 million views. And yeah, so we have to do it sometimes. I don't know if I see a dog. I mean, if I see the whole face of dog, for sure I wouldn't have it. But if I have like the meat, if I have to try it, I'm Mr. Taster. I should do it.
You must do.
Yeah.
Wow. Honestly, I love food, but I haven't tried dog meat, just for the record, because I've got dog back home and I love
we
dogs
love.
a lot.
Oh my God, it's the only food I think I never tried.
Please don't eat dog.
No, I never ever.
Yeah.
You visit a lot of restaurants all over the world, and which country or city has impressed you the most when it comes to food?
I think Pakistan,
Wow.
Pakistan and Afghanistan. Apart from my country, because I don't want to just say okay, Iran was the best. But I think the most impressing countries for me was Pakistan and Afghanistan, and the people from Pakistan is the most kindest people
Yeah.
to Mr. Taster, at least, because they always appreciate it. When they see me, they saying, "You show us, you show our country to the world." Even Afghanis, because there are not many Afghanistani people in Dubai, so I feel more kindness from Pakistani people here. Even from taxi driver, I was in front of World Trade Center. I couldn't find a car because it was crowded, and then one Pakistani people stopped. He took me to the home. Even he was Uber, he didn't charge. I was eating in Samad Al Araghi in Jumeirah, and somebody paid for our table. And then I found he's from Pakistan. He just paid because he loved me. So I see many kindness from these people.
Yes,
Wow.
of course. Of
And
course.
and even Saudi, I love them so much because
Yes.
I had to travel to Saudi and I had an amazing time there. Yeah.
But the food from Saudi and
United Arab
it's the
Emirates.
same.
No, almost the same. Like when you travel to Arabic countries, especially in GCC countries. I mean, in Saudi we had kabsa, which was the most amazing food I had in mountains. They had
Wow.
goats from mountains as well. So they cut the meat, they put it in the pot, and the taste of that meat was crazy, absolutely crazy. And I had it in Abha, which is south of Saudi. I was in Riyadh. Riyadh for me was more luxury, but in Abha it was really natural. So I loved it, and some food was influenced by Yemen. I think Abha was for me the highlight of Saudi. But I went to Kaaba. I prayed there for my mom, and yeah, I had such a great time. The people was very amazing too. And you know, the politics between Saudi and Iran is not good at the moment.
No.
It's getting better, but not good. But when I was traveling there, I saw that people still loving. I mean, I love Saudi people, as I said before, and they were so kind to me in that country. So I was really happy because you know we are not just foodie. We are ambassador for our country now. I'm ambassador. I feel I'm ambassador for Dubai food and also still Iran because it's my home. But when I travel to Saudi, I feel really good because even in Bahrain when I travel, two ministers message me, welcome me. When I've traveled to Uzbekistan, I was invited by the ministry, and you can see that it's not just about food. I'm not a political person at all, but I can feel that when I travel to a country, you can see that the nations getting close to each other. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Honestly, you have an incredible experience, I
Thank you
would
so
say.
much. Thank
And your job seems like a dream job to so many people
Yes,
out there.
just eat and
Just eating, traveling, having this amazing experience. When you started this journey as a food tester, because of course, sometimes we need our wife's opinion.
Yeah.
How did she react when you told her, I'm going to be testing food?
You know, when I started, I wasn't married on that time, but because she sent me a message when I was Mr. Taster, and yeah, she sent me a message, and then I replied back, and then we met each other, and we got married after 2 years. But she's a big supporter. That's the main thing, because if you don't have a good support, you can't film. I mean, if you're having food with your wife and saying, I'm going to film it before you're having it, if she's not a nice person, she would say, oh, my food going to be cold.
Yeah.
But she always having her food when it's really cold, because she should wait until I film it or talk about it. And then it's really annoying, but she always support her. She film me all the time, because when I moved to Dubai, I didn't have a cameraman, so she's very supportive, and we do it together at the moment. Yeah, she's my. She's filming all the time, and I eat all the time, and we are a good team. Yeah.
And it's usually the other way around. Women like to film every dish that
Yeah.
comes in front of them, but this time around, it's the
Yeah.
opposite way.
Yeah, exactly.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
If you had to recommend a restaurant, there must be one restaurant that pleases you, be it here in Dubai or somewhere else in the world. Which city or country would you recommend for someone to go have an amazing dinner, lunch, breakfast?
In Dubai?
Probably in Dubai.
In Dubai, I would recommend Sib and Bagger Kebab. Sib is famous for Zaresh Polo with chicken. Zaresh is cherry with Persian rice and chicken. I'm going after here because my wife is with her family in the restaurant waiting for me. And I think Bagger Kebab is famous for kalapacha, which is sheep's head. And Kubi the kebab. Kubi the kebab is really good. The most favorite kebab liked by, Sheikh Hamdan's favorite kebab, Kubi de. And I think these two restaurants are the best in Persian. And for the other restaurants, I love I think Sushi Samba.
Sushi Samba.
Yeah. Chef Moon is my friend, and also friends in downtown, and Oku also. There are three mostly Japanese restaurants I love so much.
Me too. I love sushi. I
Yeah.
love everything like
Because
that.
I had like 150 kg tuna cut it in
Wow.
front of you in Friends and Oku, and the sashimi and sushi I had there was incredible.
So why Dubai? Why did you choose to stay in Dubai?
Yeah.
I had a message from the government. They invited me that you can have golden visa if you move here. And yeah, I had the message when I was upset about something happened in Iran for me, and like one of the news in TV like put my face when I was my mouth was like this. So I was really upset, and the day after I had a message from the government that you can come here and live here. And it was the day that I made the decision to move here, because the thing that happened in that TV was really because I was showing the country and culture, and the thing that TV did to me was really upsetting. So I decided because Bell's palsy happened to me, so my mouth was like this, and in the same time I was showing the food and culture to David Hoffman. And when they showed me on TV and they laughed and they made jokes,
The comment is crazy.
yeah, I had a message exactly the day after. And I said to my wife, we have to go. And it's been 2 years and a half that I haven't seen my country anymore.
But sometimes bad things happen for good things to happen.
Yeah, I'm so happy here. I really feel home. Emeritus people are really supportive people. They're really they love guests, and when you are living in Dubai, you don't feel any that you're foreigner. You feel really home. So yeah, after 2 years and a half, I think I'm having the best time in Dubai. It's my city. It's my home now. Yeah.
So you like the safety, the service?
Oh, the safety is actually making you lazy, because when you're in Dubai, you're in the safest place in the world. You're the in the city that you're having the best foods here. You're having the best services. So it's getting really difficult that when you want to go travel. When you want to travel, I think you're the sad. You're the you will be sad that
That
you are
you're
leaving
leaving,
this
yeah.
city. Yeah.
Imagine, even the good thing I love about it is women having this more safety.
Oh,
Walking
yeah.
3 a.m. and you don't have to look behind you. You don't
Yeah.
have to hide your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even my wife, if she goes out 4 in the morning, I'm not worried at all.
If you had to eat just one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
We could be there with bread,
Okay.
with sangek bread. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Have you had kubi there before?
No, I'd love to.
I'll take you there.
Oh,
Then we make a vlog,
Wow.
a food vlog.
so what do you see the future of food blogging?
It's getting really tough because too many food bloggers coming out, but the people will be still on top, and that they know they follow the technology, they follow the platforms changes algorithm, and I think if they create the content from the heart, that would be the key the key of the success. So I think the people that they are doing it just for money, they will be out of the game after a long time. Yeah.
You have really built a very strong
Thank you.
brand for yourself.
Thank
and what advice would you give to someone who is, looking to start food blogging? What to do and what not to do?
It's very difficult these days to become a food blogger because there are too many competition and too many food bloggers around, even Dubai, around the world. So getting followers is not easy as before, and it's like a person that want to buy Bitcoin right now.
Yeah.
Or like if you were buying it like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, you were a billionaire now. But now if you want to come to like buying Bitcoin or whatever, it's like exactly like a food blogger that want to come to have business in that area. But I would recommend, if they want to start it, and just keep pushing it, because on the way you will find out about your strategy, and you shouldn't think about like, I have 1,000 only followers. So you just need to start, be on different channels like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and push it. Because if you want to be successful, you need to have a strategy and you need to be multi-channel. So once you're doing it, you will find you will find out what you're gonna do next after 1 month or 2 months or whatever. So they really need to push it and get the result and get the decision after the results comes up.
And stay focused and do every day the same.
Exactly.
Yes?
I tell you something. I have 4 posts a day on Facebook, non-stop. We don't miss even one day.
Wow.
We have 1 post for TikTok. We have minimum 1 post for Instagram. We have 1 post a day on YouTube.
Is the consistency.
Yeah,
Yes, of
just
course.
that's the consistency. But sometimes, like, I decided for my Instagram in Ramadan, give some break. It's my decision, not for the algorithm for whatever. I decided to not put 1 post a day. Sometimes you feel your page needs some rest.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it for 15, 16 years now. So I need to make sure that sometimes people, you shouldn't be like accessible all the time. Sometimes you need to give some rest to the page and then start again after Ramadan. So at the moment, I'm not putting that much food on my page right now. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for this
No, thank you.
amazing podcast.
Thank you so much.
I think you inspire a lot of people outside and the viewer. And when you have some question about food, about Mr. Taster, please write in the comment section and subscribe our channel.
Honestly, you've said it all. It's a wrap for us.
Amazing,
And we can, hopefully in the future, we get to have you back
Thank you so
on
much.
our
Definitely.
podcast channel.
If you give your hair to my hair, because I don't have enough hair,
I want
I
to do
promise
that
to
in
come
front of-
every day. I just need to change the color.
Imagine you wake up and you find your hair full. What would you do? You say, that's not me. It's
I love
Gatsy."
it. I love your hair.
Okay, just a last one. If you, what do you think that you wish someone special that you wish that you had with you, something that you didn't do for a long time?
Remember when I was in Iran, I couldn't have YouTube because YouTube was banned in Iran.
Oh no.
And in the same time, we were on sanctions. So the only channel we had was Instagram. So my TikTok was 0. Facebook, I stopped it when it was banned. So only channel we had was Instagram, and I had it like 2 million. When I moved to Dubai, because many people from Iran, they were upset about moving Mr. Taster from Iran to
To
Dubai, and they unfollowed me, like 200,000 unfollows in one day.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, it was
200K.
really.
Is that possible?
Yeah, it is possible easily. So they were really upset about, and it was the moment I said, Mr. Taster, you made a big mistake because you rely on one platform only. You should have YouTube, you should have Facebook, you should have TikTok. So if I had those ones, I didn't. I mean, even if 2 million people unfollows me, I could still push my other channels. So once it happened to me, I push my other channels. Now on Facebook, I'm getting 1 million followers now. I've got almost 65 million views on my Facebook, even bigger than my Instagram.
Wow.
Crazy.
I've got my YouTube channel, which is almost 200,000. When I moved here, it was almost 30,000, 20,000, I can't remember. And I wasn't active on my YouTube channel at all. My TikTok, again, I started when I moved here, 200,000. Now it's 750,000. So in total, I've got almost 4 million. But I think the biggest mistake I made was, even if we were on sanctions or on filter, I could push it. I don't know how, but I'm sure I could do. I could
Yeah.
find a way to do it. So please, if you want to start social medias, don't rely on one platform because it's rented land. At the moment, I'm pushing my application as well. I started Mr. Taster application, so you can find restaurants in Dubai. Yeah, so I haven't mentioned it even in my page, but you're gonna find out more because at the moment I'm trying to register restaurants and putting their menu, so people when we announce, if they go, they wouldn't see an empty application. So at the moment, I'm pushing the restaurants to become a register on our application. So have your product. Just don't rely on platforms because it's, as I said, it's rented.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice lesson and nice advice. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
And yes, see us in the next podcast.
See you.
Bye.